Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, hope you're all okay. Thanks for joining me today. I thought I'd do a quick video, an unboxing and a quick look at the Zastone V77, which is a radio I got off eBay lately. I've actually got two of these because they were really cheap and they're going to form part of a comms kit that I'm going to put together. So these have arrived in the post. I've actually had them about 4 days now, but I've not looked at them yet. I've not opened them, so you'll be seeing this as I see it. I'll do a couple of parts of this video like I usually do. So this one will be an unboxing and a bit of a look at them. I'll do a programming video, range test, and we'll see if they're any good. I think they'll be okay. They're less than 3 watts output power, standard 16 channels on UHF, so sort of like the Bofeng BF888 sort of radio. Nothing too special, there's no display on them, they're just a 16 channel radio, but they look quite nice from what I've seen on eBay anyway, so I'll bring the camera in and we'll have a bit of a closer look. Okay, so this is the box the radio comes in. You can see it's got the Zastone logo on the front there, and they actually don't do bad radios at all, Zastone, to be fair. I've had a couple of their radios in the past, and they're okay. So you can see it's the Model V77, and the power output there is less than 3 watts. So I would assume this is anywhere between sort of 1.5 and 2.5 watts, which is adequate for a small radio like this. So as I said in the introduction, I'm new to this radio and I've not unboxed this yet. Usually I do have a sneak peek, but I haven't looked at these because I've been really busy, so you're seeing this as I see it. So if we open the box, have a look inside. I'm expecting the usual things that you get with these Chinese radios. We've got a user manual there, which we won't bother with. Let's see what the English is like. English looks reasonable. I don't think you'd have any issues reading that if need be. Just on a little A4 sheet of paper there. But we'll discard that because they're not hard to use, these radios. Let's have a look what's in this half of the box. Okay, so we've got a power lead there, a 2-pin power lead, which is it's a mains input and has an output of 5 volts into a micro USB for charging. One thing I did like about these radios is that they are available to be charged via USB, which is quite handy. I've got a belt clip and screw in there by the looks of things. Let's see what else we've got. One of those verification cards. Don't know what it verifies, but verification card there. We've got a power adapter, the 2-pin to 3-pin. I always hate these, but yeah, that's there for charging. Although it is USB chargeable, so I'll probably use USB instead, much safer. And a wrist strap there as well, quite standard with Chinese radios. And then the radio itself, and alright, so it's quite a different battery in these. What's this? 1500 mAh lithium ion battery in there. It's in like a cylindrical shape, which is something quite new. Usually when you buy these radios, the radio back is the battery which clips on, so that's quite different. I'm not sure how well that'll perform being such a small battery, but with the low power output of these radios, I can't see it being an issue. And then we've got the radio here itself, which looks quite nice. Yeah, and there's the battery port. So I think we'll put the battery in first. So it goes. How's it going? Does it slide in? Oh yeah. Oh, let's turn that off a minute. So you've got a lever on the bottom there, which you pull and then slide the battery out, and the battery just sort of goes in like that and then slides down and clips into place. So that's quite good, quite different. It does change the profile of the radio from the side, as you can see. It's quite uneven, but I like that. It's quite a nice touch. It feels okay in the hand as well. So yeah, we've got the PTT on the side, which is a plastic PTT, further rubberized ones, but that seems okay. Quite a substantial PTT when the radio's in your hand. And there's a button on the top there, which we'll have a look at what that does in a minute. We've got the loop for the belt clip. We've got the antenna, which is, yeah, it's a fixed antenna. So what you'll find from the circuit board in this radio, there'll be usually a copper coil antenna that's inside this plastic sheath here. So this can't be removed or exchanged for anything, which is a bit of a shame. You can't put an external antenna on them, but again, that's not what I've bought them for, so it's not really an issue. We've got some sort of emergency button on the top. We've got the power on and off switch there, and on the side we've got the speaker mic port, which looks like the standard both end type accessories fit in there, and underneath we've got the USB power switch as well, power connector as well. So that's the radio. If we look at on the back, we've got the model number, the V77, and the voltage 3.7 volt, and the power output of less than 3 watts. I'm not sure what this is about here, and from what I can see, it looks like there's available charging cradles for these. These radios don't come with a charging cradle, so it looks like that's an additional extra, but that's no big deal. A little bit of Motorola sort of styling here on these radios with the antenna as well. Yeah, very nice. Feels quite solid. No creaking of the plastic as you squeeze it, so yeah, seem quite good those. I think what we'll do is we'll quickly put the battery, the belt clip on. Sorry. Yeah, there's a screw in there. So that just locks into place and then screws in on the back. I think that belt clip, sorry, I don't think it'd last if you drop that. It's just moulded plastic rather than the spring one like you get on both end radios. But yeah, happy with that. Looks quite a nice little radio. So if we just turn it on.
12.
One thing you'll be able to see is there, you can see numbers all around the edge of the knob for channel select, but that's just a volume knob. These look like the channel selectors here.
13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, so we're on channel 1 there, volume knob on the top. So we've got the PTT as we said, we've got this button here, yeah, which is monitor. This one, which I'm assuming is going to be emergency alarm.
Scanning. On.
Oh no, it's a scan button. So that's quite handy, you just press that to scan through the channels. So if you've got 16 channels programmed into this, you'll be able to scan through those. So yeah, good little radio. I think what we'll do is we'll get the other one out of the box and we'll see what they're like talking to each other quickly. I'm not going to do a big test with these just yet because they'll be programmed, this one's already got the battery in, they'll be programmed to specific frequencies, and they won't be legal to use in this country without programming them first. So I think what we'll do is we'll just see if they talk to each other.
2, 1.
So on channel 1. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Yep, so they're talking to each other. So that's the main thing. They do work. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. And the audio quality seems quite good on them as well. So yeah, that's what you get in a box. That's what they look like. Nice pair of radios, quite modern looking, quite slim. Definitely going to be a nice addition to the tactical comms gear that I'm going to put together. So I think what we'll do is we'll switch into the laptop now and we'll look at programming. Okay guys, so I've had a bit of an issue getting this programming software set up. First one is I couldn't find the software anywhere. I managed to find it on an Amazon link, which I'll post in the description below, but you guys will download it at your own risk. It seems to work for me. The only other thing is it's set in Chinese or some Chinese code, so when you open the software you'll need to click on the third menu along, which is set in English but you won't understand it in Chinese. Go down to the second menu on that tab, which will open the language change box. So it was set to that. So third menu along, second one down, and then change it to English in that box. So that was the first issue. The second issue was this. So you open up COM port, select your COM port, press OK, and then you'll try and read from the radio to see what's on it. And it'll say the password is wrong. And the only way I could see around this is firstly to write a blank spreadsheet to the radio, which takes a couple of seconds. And once that's been done, that'll allow you to read and write to the radio. So you select your model at the top there, the frequency range. So I've got the UHF version. You can leave these little bits blank. You've got your squelch level here, which I usually set to 1. So squelch is closed, but at its lowest level. Timeout timer there, we'll keep that off. Side key short. So you've got your side key there. Now it says side key 1 and 2, but there's only 1 on this. So I'm just going to program number 1. So to press it once. You can select it to scan, to turn Vox on or off, show the battery, which I'm assuming is a voltage, which you can't do because it doesn't have a screen, announce the channel, emergency alarm, or monitor. So I'm going to set that to monitor. I'm also going to set the long one to monitor. So the side key will monitor or open the squelch whenever it's pressed. As I say, on this radio there is no second side key, so I'm not sure why that's in there. Battery save mode will keep on. Beep tone, that's just a beep that comes out when you press a button. I'm going to leave that off because it's annoying. Vox time there, Vox level will turn off. Vox delay, so basically that's how long it waits after it stops hearing the sound. So you'll talk, the microphone will key up, and then in this case it'll wait half a second before it unkeys again. But we don't need to use that because we're not keeping Vox on. Scan mode, you've got carrier in time, so scan will stop when a carrier drops or after a certain amount of time. And some radios you can set the time, in this I don't think you can. So we'll have it when the carrier stops. So if it's picking up a signal, it will stop scanning. The minute that signal stops being received by the radio, scan will resume. PTTID is just basically like a tone which identifies the radio, so you can have it at the start of the transmission or the end or both. We'll keep that off. And voice enunciation, that's basically your channel number and that the radio's on, so we'll keep that to English. So pretty straightforward. So for those who are familiar with Chinese radios, all these program software are all pretty much the same. So I'll just show you how to program two things. Firstly, a simplex channel. Secondly, a repeater. So a simplex channel, let's say we want the 70 centimeters calling frequency. We'll put 433 500 in there. We don't need a CTCSS or a DCS code. We'll cover that when we come to repeaters. The transmit frequency, we want it to be the same. And that's for sending and receiving CTCSS and DCS codes. We'll add it to the scan list. So basically, that channel will be included when the radio is scanning. Wide or narrow deviation, we'll just keep to narrow. TX power high, there will be a high and low setting, but this radio is less than 3 watts, so we'll just keep it on high. Busy lock, basically that'll stop the channel from scanning. So the radio won't stop on that channel if it's in use. Scramble, we'll turn that on and see what that sounds like quickly. Shouldn't use it on that frequency, but we'll just do a test 1-2 on there. Compounder usually widens or narrows the range of a microphone. I'm not sure this radio will even have one, so we'll just keep that to no. And PTTID, we don't want that on, which is basically the tone when the radio transmits. So there we've got the 70 centimeters calling frequency into the radio. For repeater, slightly different. If I want to program my local repeater in, I'll put the receive frequency, which is the output, in there. A decode CTSS we don't need. Here on TX frequency, we'll put the input of the repeater. So the radio will transmit on there and receive on there for basic repeater operation. We want an encoded CTCSS of 82.5 in this repeater's instance, and all the stuff will stay the same. We won't have scramble on, and it's as simple as that. So we've got a repeater and a simplex channel programmed in, and then it's as simple as clicking write to the radio, and the data is then written to the radio. So channels 1 and 2 have now got information stored in them, and that radio is ready to use. The reason why it's important that these radios are programmed is because they'll come pre-programmed with frequencies that aren't legal to use in your country. They're just basically factory default frequencies that are put in for testing purposes. So you usually find they'll run throughout one band, sort of between anywhere between 430 megs and 470 megs on these sorts of radios, so they can quickly test them at the factory to make sure they transmit. And that's as far as quality control goes. It's really important that you program these radios when you buy them, like with any radio, because if you just use them out the box, you don't know where you're transmitting. You could be transmitting anywhere, cause interference to anybody, and more importantly, just get yourself into trouble. So just be careful with that one. It's the same with any Chinese radio you buy. Even the UV5Rs from Bofang, they come with certain programs, so certain frequencies programmed into the software, and they're not legal to use. So that's programming. If you have any questions around that, just drop me a comment in the box below. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed that video. This is just part 1. There's going to be a few parts on these. Now I've just discovered that there's a scrambler function in this. I'll be showing you that a little bit further down the line as well. So I'll do a radio test of these. I can't do a power test because of the fixed antenna, but I'll do a radio test. I'll cover the scramble, and then, like I say, these will be going into a comms kit. It'll be going into the car soon, so stay tuned for that. Link to the programming software is down below, and like I say, download that at your own risk. It works for me. I hope it works for you as well. It's from a link in Amazon. For those who are struggling to find the software, but definitely I'm already impressed with these. Good radio, not regretting purchasing them as well, and for the price I think they're a great addition to the shack. Any questions, drop me a comment in the box below as always, guys. Let me know what you think of these. Always appreciate your feedback, comments, any input from you guys, what makes it worthwhile seeing the comments from you guys. So drop me a comment in the box below. If you've not clicked subscribe already, please click subscribe. We're approaching 2,000 subscribers now, which is phenomenal, so thank you for that. So if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, give us a thumbs up as well, guys. Also, if you don't follow me on social media, there's links to my Facebook, Instagram and Twitter in the box below, so come and follow me on there as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.